Good evening, and welcome to Mock Global News. I'm Britt Roberts. Tonight, we examine claims surrounding Russian President Vladimir Putin's use of the Kursk region and its nuclear power plant as part of a broader political strategy. This comes amidst growing concerns that Putin may be framing the Kursk nuclear power plant as a target under threat from Ukraine to serve various strategic objectives. Let's break down the reasons behind this narrative. 1. Victim narrative and justification for escalation. Putin could be positioning Russia as the victim in this conflict by suggesting that nuclear facilities, like the Kursk plant, are under attack or at risk. This tactic would reinforce a victim narrative, casting Russia as the one being targeted, and could justify further military escalations. By portraying such threats, Putin could also rally domestic support and strengthen nationalistic sentiments among the Russian population. 2. Preemptive defense strategy, suggesting vulnerability at the Kursk plant may be a way for Putin to prepare the public for future military action. If Russia intends to retaliate or expand operations, the threat of an attack on a nuclear facility could provide a strong pretext for those measures. Additionally, this narrative could justify increased security measures, particularly in border regions, under the guise of nuclear safety. 3. Deterrence and warnings to Ukraine and the West. Putin may also be using this narrative as a warning to Ukraine and its Western allies. By hinting that sensitive infrastructure, such as nuclear plants, could be targeted, he sends a clear message: any attacks on critical infrastructure would cross a red line. This could also discourage Western nations from providing Ukraine with advanced weaponry that could reach deep into Russian territory. 4. Energy security and European concerns. Russia has already weaponized its energy resources in the ongoing conflict, and by suggesting that Ukraine might attack nuclear plants, Putin could raise fears of a broader energy crisis. This threat could apply pressure on European countries to reconsider their support for Ukraine, particularly if they fear disruptions to electricity supplies or potential environmental disasters. 5. Exploiting fear of a nuclear incident. The fear of a nuclear catastrophe is powerful, particularly given Kursk's proximity to the conflict zone. Putin may be exploiting this fear, creating an atmosphere of tension both in Russia and internationally. The specter of a nuclear incident could destabilize Ukrainian morale and cause Ukraine's allies to rethink their involvement in the conflict. 6. Ukraine's growing capability to strike Russian territory. Ukraine's ability to strike Russian territory, including border regions like Kursk, has increased with drones and long-range missiles. Putin could be using this growing threat to magnify the perceived risk to nuclear facilities, justifying aggressive countermeasures and potentially framing Ukraine as a serious threat to Russian security. In conclusion, while legitimate security concerns may exist around the Kursk nuclear power plant due to its proximity to the conflict, it is plausible that Putin is using the risk of an attack as a political tool. By framing Kursk as a potential target, he can justify further military actions, strengthen domestic support, and send a warning to Ukraine and its Western allies. With Russia's history of using nuclear rhetoric to gain leverage, this situation is likely to remain a key part of Putin's strategy. That's all for now. Stay tuned for further updates. I'm Britt Roberts, and this is MOC Global News.